Good morning, everyone. This is Teslin Figaro, Straight Shot, No Chaser podcast. You are listening to the live version of the Straight Shot, No Chaser podcast on Black Effect Podcast Network on iHeartRadio. Do me a favor and subscribe to the podcast. Every week, I drop new content. Every week, there is new content. Uh, to discuss. Often, obviously, the obvious thing that I discuss is politics, but I try to give you a little bit of soul and a little bit of seasoning and a little bit of spiritual upliftment as well. And this week I want to talk about more in 24, time to reset the table. More in 24, time to reset the table. Shout out to my YouTube family. Shout out to Instagram. I see you. I do see your comments. As always, feel free to chime in. I do glance and look at the comments while I am speaking to you. Do me a favor. If you want more in 24, can you put a 24 in the comments? Can you put a 24 in the comments if you are looking for more in 24? What does that mean? Well, Tesla, and I know we're just in 2022. We're just in 2022. So why is she talking about more in 24? Tesla, we haven't even begun 2023. So why is she talking about more in 24? Also, to the Instagram family, make sure that you also subscribe to my YouTube, because oftentimes I am blocked out of Instagram, and I want to make sure that I have a connection with you as we continue to move forward. So be sure all of those links are in the bio. And YouTube family, be sure to subscribe to my Instagram as well. Make sure you log on with me in both of those spots, in addition to subscribing to my podcasts on Black Effect Podcast Network. I'm going to get straight into it. Why am I talking about 2024? Because it is time to reset the table. It is time to reset the table. And I feel that this message is so on time because next week it is Thanksgiving. Next week it is Thanksgiving, and if you are like me, you should have a lot of things to be thankful for. You have two ways to look at next week: either complain about the things that you have not attained, or if God sees fit, you have another week that you are here, that you are among the living and not the dead, that you are alive and well. And there's some of us, maybe just a few of us, but some of us can find joy in the fact that we can see another year, that we are here to see another day. Maybe some of you haven't buried enough folks, but for me, I am just glad to be able to see another day. For me, it kind of means something because both of my parents, if you follow me, both of my parents are deceased. I've probably lost up to 25 family members in the last 20 years. So for me, I am just blessed to see another day. But at the same time that I recognize that I am blessed to see another day, there is something in me that wants more in 24. I know many of you will start the new year off in 2023, and you'll talk about what you have planned for the next 12 months. You'll talk about what you didn't get accomplished this year, and you'll be very short-sighted in your plans. And many of us, and I've been guilty of that as well, will talk about what we have planned in the next 12 months. And many of us, if you want to be truthful about it, we don't get past the first quarter. We don't get past the first quarter in the discipline and the tenacity that it takes to be able to have more for your life. And then you have people like myself that focus on not just my life, but humanity. and what I can do to improve the lives of others, in particularly the Black community, because I'm Black. And so I'm working on twofolds. How do I improve my life, a better life for my child, a better life for my family? And then how do I take what energy I have left and give that to people that I've never met in life and have no intention of ever meeting? So I'm constantly motivating myself, empowering myself, preaching to myself while I'm preaching to you, constantly trying to figure out how to reset the table. Tesla, what do you mean by reset? I'm glad you asked that question, even though you didn't ask. I'm going to give you the answer anyway. If you look up the definition to reset, it means to set again differently. Did y'all get that? Instagram and YouTube? It means to set again and differently. That means that whatever I put on the table before, whether it was last year, the year before that, the last 10 years, if it's not working for you, if you're not being fed, what is being fed means, I'm not talking about just financially. I'm talking about emotionally, spiritually, physically. If it is not feeding you politically, in a political way, if it is not feeding you, that means I need to set it again. But this time when I set it, I'm going to set it differently than what I did before. Because if I set the table up the same way, and I still find myself thirsty, I still find myself not full, I still find myself craving something different at the table, then that means that I probably need to set the table differently so that I can have access to the things that I need. Stay with me here as I go on this journey, as I take you through the metaphors and analogies of Thanksgiving and what it means to be thankful. And at the same time, you can be thankful for what you have on the table. But I need 5 people to understand that although you see the table with the cornbread dressing, the yams, the turkey, the ham, the collard greens, if those things are out of reach to me, if I can't reach across the table and reach those things, that means I need to reset the table, and I need to do it differently. I need you to look up the definition on reset, and it says it means to set again, meaning that I need to do something different, and I need to do it again, and I need to do it differently, and conscious that the way that I had it set, let me take you there. The way that I had it set, the person that was sitting next to me last year may not need to sit next to me this year. The person that I thought was a leader last year may not be the leader that I need to hear from next year. The church that I went to before may not be the church that I need to go to again. The lover that I thought was on my right may really not be the person. Maybe I need to move that brother and that sister on down the table. I love you, but I got to love you from a distance. If you understand what I'm saying, I need you to put 7 in the chat. I need you to put 7 in the chat if you understand what it means, that sometimes you got to rearrange the table and you got to reset that thing. And I know it's easy for you to wait on the new year because that's when everybody else is doing it. But can I talk to a few of you that want to get ahead of the game? You want to do it ahead of time before they decide to move you out their life. Can I get a few of you that's about getting it ahead of time that say, I'm going to beat you to it? Before we get to January and you decide if you want me in your life, I'm going to go ahead and make it easy for you. And I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. Somebody hashtag right now. There's a couple of things that I want to take you through that you probably didn't put it together, but I'm going to take you through it. Y'all know I love metaphors and analogies. Do you see what's happening in the Democrat Party? There's a resetting of the table. Nancy Pelosi said, well, my time is up. And we're not going to get into the Democrat commentary, but I'm taking you on a metaphor. She did an interview last week with Anderson Cooper, and now that her husband has been attacked, she said, well, you know, the time may be up. Can I give you some metaphors? I don't know if that wouldn't have happened, and certainly I do not provoke violence at all. But I wonder if time would have been up on her own. If she would have just made the decision that, you know, being the fact that I'm damn near 90, maybe it is time for me to pass the gavel on to somebody else. Or did it take an unfortunate circumstance to maybe let her know that time is up? What does that mean, Tessa? What does that have to do with me? What it has to do with you is sometimes you need to just understand that time is up. You shouldn't have to wait on some unfortunate circumstance for you to hit what they call rock bottom, for you to reset your table. You shouldn't have to wait on harm to be caused to you, on an illness to happen to you, on something to happen to you, to shake you to your core, to say time is up. Shout out to my Instagram, to my YouTube family. Let me know if you can see the other comments, because I want to make sure on YouTube you can see the other comments that are trickling in. Because it's always good when two can touch and agree. So now you see Democrat leadership shifting. Now you see Republican leadership shifting. It was just a few months ago when they said that Trump still had all the power, and today some evangelists came forward and said, well, you know, Trump was really just using us. Well, we knew that all along. We know that politicians gonna do what politicians do, but now that they see that Trump didn't have the power that they thought that was gonna cause the red wave, now they're turning their back on Trump. Now, I know you conservatives, y'all love using this as an opportunity to say, well, you know, Biden ain't no better. I got news for you. I don't like neither one of them. So save your little Twitter fingers. Save your little Instagram fingers. Save your YouTube fingers, because I don't give a damn about either or. What I am trying to tell you is this is an opportunity to reset the table. It is time to say, and we did it last year. I know y'all say, you know, but we did it before and it didn't work. Well, then get on out the game, because I'm talking to those of us that's going to keep on resetting on their heads. I'm talking about those of us that's going to keep pushing the line, whether it was a black wave or a blue wave or a red wave or a purple wave. I'm talking to those of us that's going to keep on pushing until they lay our body down. So if you are weary, then I ain't talking to you. Save your time. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to those of us that every time we see an opportunity of vulnerability, that we're going to say one more time, it's time for us to renegotiate. I need some renegotiation. Being that your Democrats can't get it together, being that your Republicans can't get it together, the black family said we want some renegotiation. But I want, if you follow me, you know that I don't just talk about politics. I'm also talking about your disorganized life. I'm also talking to some friends that probably you should love from a distance. I'm also talking about some lovers that you should organize, that you should love from a distance. It's not just politics, it's also your life. Somebody the other day said, well, what relationships got to do with politics? Oh, it got a whole lot to do with politics, because if you look at how you manage your life and who you allow to have access to you and who you allow to have influence with you and who you allow to lead you to slaughter and who you allow to encourage you, you will find that it very much aligns with the bullshit that you accept in politics. Oh, it's very closely related if you pay attention. If you make excuses for how people treat you in your life, you make excuses for politicians. It's that simple. If you speak up to those that you love in your life and say, I love you, but here's some boundaries, then you also do the same thing in politics. If you fall in love with the illusion that something is not what you see what he's doing to you, but you've created an illusion and hid behind your your religion, if you will, as an excuse for not having boundaries, then it is the same that you do in politics. Shout out to the brother that just joined. I was just referencing you and how you mentioned that relationship has nothing to do with politics. Oh no, it is absolutely everything to do with politics, because relationship is an exchange. And if you are not demanding anything in your life, then you're not demanding anything in politics. If you're not demanding anything in politics, then you're not demanding anything in your life. Now, can I tell you what 24 means? Now, you don't have to believe this. Don't worry about it if I'm wrong, but let's just pretend for a moment that I'm right. I study numerology, and in numerology, 24 means hard work and determination. Let me just say that one more time for those of you who didn't get it. Why is she talking about 2024 and we're not in 2023? Because I need to give you a message, Marcella. See, 24 is about hard work and determination, meaning you should be starting right now. If you haven't already started, you should be starting right now. And hard work and determination is not just tweeting on Twitter. Hard work and determination is not just being in the comments as a comment consultant. Hard work and determination is, if I told you you had to work for 10 years and not earn a dime, would you do it? Would you do it? The angel number of 24 also means diplomacy, balance, diplomacy and balance, cooperation, understanding you need to work with others. You don't know everything. You don't know everything. I don't know everything. There is no absolutes. It's called diplomacy and balance. And that's actually what 24 means. Now, if I'm wrong, don't worry about it if I'm wrong. You're going to see people trolling on this because it's something called principalities too. So always be aware of principalities. But for those of you that are believers, Revelations 4:1-4 says, around God's heavenly throne, there are 24 elders, each wearing crowns and sitting on the throne, who against him in governing of the universe. So 24 also means leadership. It also means leadership. Now, if I'm wrong, don't worry about it. But if I'm right, then you got a lot to worry about, because 24 means leadership. And what I'm asking you to do is to play your part in resetting the table. You can bitch and complain on social media all day about what we need to do and how we need to this and let's do this. No, what are you doing? What did you bring to Thanksgiving? What did you bring to the Thanksgiving table? How many of you next week will show up at Thanksgiving and there's going to be somebody that got something to say about everything everybody else brought to the table, but notice they didn't bring a damn thing? Let me say it one more time. There's always somebody at Thanksgiving that complains about so-and-so's dressing and so-and-so's yams and macaroni and cheese. But then when you ask, well, what did you bring to the table? We notice they didn't bring a damn thing. You ever notice that at Thanksgiving? See, that's how I see a lot of these people in the comments. They got something to say about what everybody should be doing and what everybody should be saying. But then when I say, well, what did you bring to the table? They have a salad at best. Somebody hashtag a salad at best. I'm not dissing the salad. Shout out to Christy in the building. One of my trainers. Shout out to Christy from Greenwood in the building. I saw the post that she put the other day, and Christy actually has a garden. I'm going to use her as an example. Are you still here, Christy? Show us some love if you're still here. Christy has a garden. And so let me break down the difference between some of you that's just bringing a salad at best versus what Christy's bringing to the table. I need y'all to follow. I need y'all to follow this along. See, I could just easily just go to the grocery store and pick out a salad. Anybody can do that. Anybody can go get a $6.99 salad that got everything in the salad. All of the vegetables, all of the lettuce, all of it's in the salad. But I want you to go look at Christy's page. If you're still here, Christy, give them a thumbs up. And see, Christy made all of the vegetables. She grew them with her own hands, with her own fertilizer, with her own love. And then she put that thing together and gave it to, I believe it was it your brother, Christy? I can't remember the post. But she literally fertilized it and grew it. See, she had the patience to sit back and wait on the lettuce. She had the patience to sit back and wait on the tomatoes. She had the patience to sit back and wait on the cucumbers. She had the patience to do what it is that many will never do because all they want to do is go get an Instagram salad. An Instagram salad. See, a lot of you on Instagram because you like instants. You like instant. I want everything in the instant. It got to be right now. Post it right now. I got to see it right now. It can't be but longer than 2 minutes because I don't have the patience to look past nothing past 2 minutes. But see, Christy had the patience to actually grow that thing that was in the salad and gave it to her friend, and she posted and said, oh, it brings me joy to see people eat out my garden. Oh, she didn't understand she was the message today. See, it gave her joy to see people eat out from her garden. So see, there's a difference between her salad and the salad that you're going to buy next week and show up at the Thanksgiving dinner and pretend like it was yours. You ain't fooled me, baby. You went and bought that salad and added a little bit of salt and pepper and added a few more cucumbers and a few more tomatoes and mixed it up and thought that you had us all fooled. Let me give you breaking news. We know the difference between homegrown salads and salads that you buy at the store. See, that's what this social media world is all about. Y'all sit on here and be lying. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all. Y'all sit on here and be lying and pretending as if you know what you know because you grew it for yourself. You tried it for yourself. You put forth these ideas and you made it work for yourself. So you think that I'm confused because you think I don't know the difference between Christy's homegrown salad versus your salad. What does that have to do with politics? Meaning some of you ain't never worked on a campaign in your whole black ass life. Some of you ain't never been an operative, ain't never been a candidate, ain't never had to put a field program together, but got all the advice on what somebody needs to do. Oh, tell them, don't say that. Don't say that. Tell them we all got value. Oh, no, you don't, because some of you don't have the patience to grow a garden on your own. You just want to go grab everybody else's fruit, grab everybody else's veggies, grab everybody else's salad, and be the vulture that you are, and then put it together in a bowl and pretend like it's yours. See, I know the difference. That's why I don't go back and forth with folks on Twitter. I don't give a damn how good you think your advice is. I need to know that you're able to do it for yourself. Don't tell me, oh yeah, it's easy to get rich this way if I can't see your bank account. Don't tell me, well, what they need to be doing in politics is this. If you ain't never put your hands in nothing, if you ain't never failed in nothing, if you ain't never grew nothing, if you ain't never got up and decided I'm going to fertilize it for myself, I want to see if it grow for myself. The time has come for you to shut your mouth. And have hard work and determination. That's what 24 means, hard work and determination. And typing and debating and arguing about something you've never done is not hard work. It's a distraction. If you think the way I'm going about it is wrong, then how about you do it? If you think the way somebody else is going about it is wrong, how about you do it? The option is always available for you to do it. You can always just go grow your own garden. The instruction is there. The soil is ripe. The seasons change. So what's stopping you from growing your own garden? Oh, I'm waiting on everybody else. Only if all of us. No, no, no. It starts with you. What are you doing? And if all you are doing is telling me what I should be doing, then you're really not trying to reap a harvest. You're just talking. If you want more in 24, if you want more in 24, then start now. Reset the table. Don't be that cousin that's sitting outside smoking weed while everybody else is cleaning up. Yeah, you didn't fool us. You knew damn well it was time to clean up. After the Thanksgiving meal, you sat here and you feast off my knowledge. You sat here and you got this game. You sat here and you allowed the nutrients that I had to work hard for, that I had to crop, that I had to fertilize, that I had to grow. And you sat here and you got full. Your belly got full. And then when it was time to clean up the mess, when it was time to call out leadership with your real name, when it was time to come from behind that fake ass internet name, when it was time to stand up and go hard in the paint, you went outside and smoked some weed. Yeah. That's what y'all do. When y'all come to people's Thanksgiving table, as soon as it's time to clean up the mess, you go step outside and smoke weed for about a good 2 hours and then come back in the house and say, oh, hey, cuz, you need any help? You knew damn well I needed help, but you went out the back door. Yeah, that's how I see. That's why I don't respect a lot of people on social media. You got to you got to deal with your first and last name before you tell me how I should cook and I need to be cooking. You know, they say that on Twitter. Oh, she cooking. What are you cooking? What sacrifices are you willing to make? Or are you just here to distract those of us in the kitchen? Grandma used to say, just get out of my way. I don't want your help in the kitchen. Just move out the way because you in the way. Some of these people are in the way. And I'm not just talking about politics. I'm talking about people in your life. But if we even use politics, right now, Trump was the greatest thing since sliced bread at the beginning of the year. But now they say he's in the way. Nancy Pelosi been running the Democrat Party for over 30 years, but now they say she in the way. Twitter been popping off for over a decade, but now they say Twitter is in the way. Some of the things that we have admired in our life, in the quote unquote culture, now people are speaking up and saying that type of violence is in the way. Are y'all following me? More in 24 means you need to identify what is in the way in your life. What is at the table that don't need to be at the table? What's on the table that you're not eating, that's not feeding you, that's not nurturing you? Get it off the table so you can make room for the blessing that's in store for you. I don't engage on Twitter. I never really did. I would just retweet and I go there to watch the news. But in this summer, there was too much drama for me. And some folks say, oh, we ran you off Twitter. No, 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 no. You ain't ran me off nowhere. So let's first get that straight. I wish somebody would that go by Salt and Pepper 89525 and cornbread and greens can run me off anyway. I speak anywhere. I speak to the powers that be. But what I'm doing is rearranging my table. What I'm doing is I'm putting you way, that whack ass macaroni and cheese you brought, I'm putting that way at the back because I need the things of substance a little bit closer to me. Are y'all following what I'm saying? I don't mind tasting that little whack ass dressing that you made from stovetop and tried to pass it off as dressing, and we know it ain't. I'm glad you brought it to the table, but I'm going to put it way back. I need you to visualize the table. I'm going to put it way back at the end of the table because that shit is in the way. And I only want the things that are of substance, that pour into me, that nurture me, that fill me up, because I don't have a lot of room to this bullshit that you brought. I'm lactose intolerant to your bullshit. Can somebody say they lactose intolerant? I'm allergic to the bullshit that you bring to the table. I still see you. I know you there. It's okay. We're going to keep you there because you just a lost ass cousin that we know can't cook worth a damn. So, but what we're going to do is we're just going to put you at the kitty table just for a little while. We're just going to put you at the kitty table just for a little while. But I'm going to still be in here cooking these nurturants and still make it available and put it on the table in case you want it. One of the things I always say at the end of my podcast is use it, lose it, can't make you choose it. That means I'm still going to bring this good food. I'm going to sit it on the table. Either you want it or you don't. I'm not going to make you choose it, but it's here if you want it. But I'm not going to allow you to stop me from cooking. Do y'all see the difference? So more in 24 is I want you to go into 2023 thinking about 2024. I know y'all say, well, I don't want to do that. I want to think about what's in front of me. No, 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 no. Your opposition is thinking about 2024, 2026, 2028. I need you to have the foresight to go past just the next 12 months. I need you to know that what you're doing now is the benefit that you may see in 2024. I need you to challenge yourself to say, I'm going to do this for 12 months knowing I'm not going to see a return. I want you to get out of your Instagram, Insta-mind, microwave mindset and say that I'm going into the new year not even expecting a return until 2024. See, when you talk to yourself that way, it's going to challenge you to work a little bit harder and more determination. 24 means hard work and determination. I need you to have a 10-year foresight instead of complaining about what you didn't do in hindsight. I need you to have foresight and not hindsight. I need you to look at the future and not today. And in order to do that, you need to have a farmer mindset. In order to do that, you need to know that when you plant that seed, that at some point, you're going to see a harvest. And I also need you to be mature enough to know that you can't control the weather. So if you think that the rain is going to bring forth that beautiful rose, what about if you go through a drought season? Are you going to stay in the game? Are you going to keep fertilizing it? Are you going to keep on planting? Or will you just give up because the rain didn't come fast enough? That's what happens. Many of you give up because the rain didn't come fast enough. That's why climate change got you going crazy, because you want to be able to predict the patterns and the weather. And for you, that brings comfort to know there'll be 4 seasons, but there's some of us that was made to stand the rain. Hashtag if you're from the generation where New Edition said, can you stand the rain? Yeah, that's why you're so busy trying to control the climate. Oh, climate change, climate change. I need to know when it's going to be the sun. I need to know when it's going to be the rain. I need to know when it's going to be snow, because you're not built up to withstand seasons. You're not built up to know that even though I thought it was going to be cold outside, it's really hot, so I'll just take some of these clothes off. You're not built up to know that even though I know I'm thinking it's hot outside, but I got a jacket in the back seat just in case. See, that's how you got to deal with life. See, you're not going to always be able to control the climates. If you ever had a grandmother like I do that knows how to garden something, some of y'all ain't never planted nothing in your life. But when it gets cold outside, they put plastic over the garden to make sure they protect the harvest. Protect your harvest. Find you some plastic to put over whatever it is in you that you're trying to harvest. What does that mean? That means protect yourself from the bullshit and the bullshit people in your life. You don't want to hear that because you think everybody that's at your table should be at your table. See, you're comfortable with it. That's why they call soul food comfort food. Can I tell you that they call soul food comfort food? Can we be honest and say that a lot of comfort food is not good for us? Can we be honest and say that the calories are high, that it run your blood pressure up, your cholesterol up? See, Chrissy, they ain't getting the analogy. See, that comfort food makes you feel good, but it's not always good for you. It makes you feel good, but it's not always good for you. So look into that as you go into the new year. Start early. Don't wait on everybody else in 2023 to be talking about 2023. I want to see a few of you when the new year comes in to say, I'm thinking about 2024. I'm planting my seed now for 2024. I'm getting my mind made up that I know I'm not going to see it. Oh, Tezin, that's pessimistic. No, it's called being a farmer. It's understanding that it's going to take a few seasons to get to where you're going. And if you do not tell yourself, if you do not operate in that, you will give up. Your mindset has to be that I'm going to fertilize it anyway. Your mindset has to be, I don't see the little bud coming out of the ground, but I know that the seed is there. Your mindset has to be, I planted this seed over here, but let me go drop this over there. And at some point in time, it will rise. Your mindset has to be that even if I don't see it rise, my children will. See, that requires a self. See, a lot of y'all too selfish for that. You only want to see the harvest that you enjoy. You only want to do the garden that you can eat. You only want to plant something that you benefit from. And that's the reason why you have not seen a harvest, because you're so focused on you. You don't garden with the mindset of somebody else may benefit from this flower. You ain't like grandma. You don't have the mindset that my 91-year-old grandma does, with a basement full of canned goods, canning, not canned goods that she bought, but actually canning. And grandma said, when the days get tough, come on down to the basement. See, grandma ain't planning to be here, even though I think she might outlive us all. She's 91 years old. And she said, when the days get tough, no, you can come down to the basement, because grandma said she ain't going to be here. See, that's the kind of mind. Y'all don't have that kind of mindset. You only worried about you and what you can do for you and how you benefit for you. And it's all about you, your platform, you, your clicks, your money, your benefit. And that's why you haven't seen the harvest that you need to see in your life. And it's okay to be self-interested. It's okay to have self-preservation above all. Nothing wrong with that. Look out for you. Look out for your family. Nothing wrong with that. But some of you, all you talk about is you. And that's why you don't align with me on my page, because I'm not just talking about me. The issues that I advocate for don't necessarily affect me. It's about the next generation and the next generation. And that's why I don't give up when y'all say we ain't getting nowhere. Who is we? My job is to plant the seed. Who in here know that it's your job to plant the seed? See, you want to only be on the side that get to reap the benefits. That's why your weak ass don't understand how I move. Oh, I ain't seen no difference. You need to go to somebody else's page who want to see the difference. See, this is the seed planting. This is the seed planting page. I'm about planting seeds. I plant seeds. I would love to see it, but if I don't ever see it, my job is to plant the seed. Shout out to Mr. Curvin in the building. I was just talking about you this morning on the phone with my friend at 6 a.m. this morning. And I said, I have a student that always comes to my page that I planted a seed in 2010. Young student, one of my first employees, and he always goes out his way. Marcellus is your favorite one about when I left him on the bus. He always goes out his way to say, Miss Tez, I was young, I was 17, 18 at the time, but I'm a grown man now. And I appreciate the seed that you planted in me when you told me no. It planted a seed in me. See, I wasn't planting that expecting a thank you 10 years from now. I just planted the seed knowing that it was my job to plant the seed. And if there's a harvest, if there is a benefit, it's not for me, it is for him. And that's the reason why many of you don't understand how I do politics. You only want the benefit. You only want the right now. That's why you're on Instagram. You're an instant type dude, an Insta type woman. Not all of you, I'm speaking in broad terms. I'm looking for the farmers. It's time for more in 24. I need you to push your elected officials and stop waiting on everybody else to do it. Clean up on Thanksgiving Day. Stop waiting on somebody else to start cleaning up. You see would need to be cleaned up on the table. You don't need an invitation. You see the soap, you see the water, you see the dirty plates. Why are you waiting on somebody to invite you in the kitchen to clean up? Get up off your ass and do your part. Oh, I did my part, but it didn't make a difference. Well, it did make a difference. Clean that one plate. Clean that one pot. Do that one thing instead of waiting on everybody else. Whether it's run for office, whether it's working on a campaign, whether it's supporting somebody else, giving them more support, whether it's being an organizer, whether it is going in somebody's comments. Don't come in my damn comments. Go to your elected official. I'm not your elected official. Why are you telling me how you feel? Go to the person that is living off of your tax dollar. Tell them, don't tell me. You're welcome to share your opinion. But what difference do it make when you should be talking to those that are actually paid to make decisions on your behalf? So I'm not impressed by anybody telling me what we need to be doing. I'm going to correct you every time and say, what are you doing? What did you bring to Thanksgiving besides that whack ass salad that you tried to pass off as yours? What did you put your hands in and on? What did you grow? What did you do? I bought a Ninja Foodie Speedy that I love because, you know, sometimes you just want to put something together real quick. But it ain't nothing like cooking on that gas yourself. It ain't nothing like cooking with grease. It ain't nothing like putting out them pots and pans and letting it simmer. See, that's how I see politics. Ain't nothing like doing it your damn self instead of telling somebody else what they should and should not be doing and what they should and should not bring to Thanksgiving. It's time to reset the table. I encourage you to reset it in your life. I encourage you to reset your spiritual table. Your spirit is off. I encourage you to reset personal relationships in your life. Love some people from a distance. It's okay to love them, but love them from a distance. They're too close. You're too close to your victory. Just tell them to move on down the table. Just go sit at the end or the kiddies' table or go in the other room. You can still love them. They can still be in the house, but you need to reset the table. It's time to bump up those demands to those who are elected. Oh, they don't never make a difference. Okay, then well, they move out the way because I'm going to keep on making the demands. I'm going to keep making the demands. You don't have to make the demands, and you're not going to stop me from making demands. So you're wasting your time. So like Grandma said, just get out my kitchen. Just get out the kitchen because you ain't doing shit to help. Just get out the kitchen and go stand outside with you and your little friends and play. I'll call you in when it's time to get called in. Go play with your little friends. Go play outside. And the grown folks going to be in here doing what needs to be done. And we'll call you in, like the old folks say, when it's supper time. Not dinner, supper. We'll call you in. Keep your ass outside. Go make mud pies and shit like that. Y'all didn't grow up where they had to make mud pies when there wasn't no toy. Go outside and make some mud pies. And with the grown folks will call you in when it's time to feast. We still love you, but we going to love you from a distance. Put a 5 in the chat if you grew up when they had, what was it called? Was it not the big toy? Was it called a big toy? The little bike? I know there was a big toy on the playground, but what was that little bike, y'all? Was it called Big Toy? That everybody thought, when they get one at Christmas, is that what it's called? The big toy? No, Big Wheel. Okay, Big Wheel. Thank you, YouTube family. Yeah, Big Wheel. Yeah, get you a big wheel. Go outside and play on the big wheel. We're going to be in here doing big things. running all up and down the street on the big wheel thinking you the coolest one. Maybe y'all don't know nothing about it. I remember my cousins used to get the big wheel. Yeah, take your ass outside with the big wheel and make mud pies and shit. And we're going to be in there doing grown folk business. We're going to be in here cooking, getting the feast ready. We'll invite your little ass in when it's time to eat. But when you come in, can I give you some breaking news? Can I give you some breaking news, Instagram family? If you've been sitting outside on the big wheel while I've been in here doing big things, guess what you're going to do? You're going to sit at that kiddies table. You don't get to sit at the table with me. Oh, Tessin, that ain't fair. We all the same. No, it ain't, because you was outside on the big wheel. You was outside on the big wheel when I was inside cooking. So when you come in, you sit your ass down. Let me say it in a language you understand. Sit your ass down at the little table and I will make a plate for you. Y'all don't know what that means. I come from where the old people made plates for you. You didn't just get to get your young ass up and just stand all over the food. We made plates for you. We didn't want your dirty hands all over the food. Put a 5 in the chat if you know what it means when the old folks will make plates for you. See, some of y'all mamas let y'all come in and make. We didn't see, grandma and them didn't want you making plates. You couldn't make plates. Kids didn't get to make plates. Do y'all follow what I'm saying at Thanksgiving? Maybe it's just me. But kids didn't make plates in my family. We made the plates for the kids. That's how I see some of y'all on the Instagram. I'll make the plate for you. I'll make this plate and you sit your ass down. And not only are you going to sit down, you're going to sit down at the kiddie table. We all the same, Tess, and everybody got an opinion. No, you don't. Not in this house, you don't. In this house, you don't get no opinion. It's who pay the bills in this bitch. That's who you only get to talk when you pay bills. If you ain't pay bills, everybody raise your hand, let's pay bills. You ain't pay bills, put your hand down. I'll tell you what to think. Yeah, y'all didn't know that was a real analogy. That's how I do in politics. If you've been outside on your big wheel while I've been in the kitchen cooking, no worries. You can still eat, but I will make the plate and I will tell you to sit down. I don't need your little dirty ass hands all over this damn macaroni and cheese. Because you've been outside playing while we've been in here working. See, that's how that goes. You've been outside playing while we was in here working. You know, like I said, outside. Yeah, you was outside playing while we was in here working. Yeah, you was outside. What was some of them other toys? You was outside skateboarding and shit. Running all up and down the east side. Playing hide and go get it. I guess I'm the only one. You was outside playing hide and go get it with your play cousins. I'm going there. Yes, I'm going there. While we was in the kitchen cooking. Well, what's hide and go get it, Tez? They know. They know exactly who they are. They're in the chat now. They're in the chat now. You was outside playing freeze tag. Shout out to the YouTube family. What else did we? You was outside playing run light, red light, green light, while we was inside cooking. What's some other game? What's some other games? To my 80s babies, to my 90 babies. What's some other games that they was outside playing? Tag and dodgeball and hide and go get it, and where you get a sneak a little feel. You know how y'all used to do it. Little nasty cousins. You know how you used to do it. Pretend you tagging me when really you was just trying to catch a feel. That's right. You was outside playing Mother May I. And that's the same energy I need you to have when you come in this house. Mother May I. May I eat of your feast since you've been sitting here cooking in this politics? Yes, you may. But you're going to sit down at the kitty table while you eat. Yeah, you was outside. You remember we used to play Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in black with silver buttons all down her back. I used to for 50 cent. Yeah, you remember. That's what you was outside doing when I was inside doing this politics, working my ass off. You was outside playing Miss Mary Mack, all dressed in black, with silver buttons all down her back. Boy, I can preach anything, can't I, y'all? But yeah, that's what you was doing. That's what you was doing when I was in there doing the work. And shout out to all the high profile celebrities. I don't worry, I'm gonna remind you in 2024, they was running around and doing playing hand games and shit while we was over here fighting white supremacy on a daily basis. We do see you and we see what you're not doing. So just know that we will be remembering in 2024. You was outside playing, oh Mickey, you so fine, you blow my mind. Hey Mickey. Hey Mickey. But I'm being dead serious. I'm joking, but I'm being dead serious because that's what it is on Thanksgiving. If you ever had a big family, that's what it is. All the kids outside playing while the grown folks inside cooking. And that's what we're doing. And that's how we're moving forward. Down, down, baby, downtown, the roller coaster, shoot, shoot, baby, sweet, sweet, don't let me go, shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, ride. Oh, you didn't think I know it? Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, break down. I like sugar, I like tea, I like a little boy, and he likes me. Hey Mickey, hey Mickey, yeah, let's get this. Let's. That's what you was outside doing while I was inside cooking. That's right. Outside having freestyle battles, playing and shit, knowing damn well we in there still cooking and cleaning up, and you hiding way down the street playing games. And then when it's time to benefit from all of our political work, then you want to come in and start telling people what to do. No, it don't work that way. I'll fix your plate. You sit at the table. You sit at the kiddies table. You can definitely still benefit from it, but you're gonna be at the kiddie table. But it's been great, y'all. I hope you got a couple of laughs. Hope you got some inspiration. Please subscribe to the podcast. You've been listening to Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect Podcast Network. I love going live with my Instagram family, my YouTube family. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. This is actually my podcast that I record and upload to iHeartRadio. But I love interacting with you guys because you just make it so much more fun, so much more engaging. That is I used to do a lot of interviews, and I get more feedback on these types of episodes. Let me know. Put a 8 in the chat if you like this style of commentary where it's just me talking to you, and I'll do more of that. I've been pretty much doing that all year. But I think I'm going to continue that format because what I notice, I interview people from time to time, but it's just not. It doesn't get the engagement. Most people they just want to hear commentary. So I do more of this than I do anything else. And I love engaging with you guys. I see all the 8s in the building coming from the YouTube and Instagram. So every week, Thursday, I'm late this week, but every Thursday, you can hear the replay. If you were a part of hearing it live, the replay is available. Please share it with a friend or commentary if you missed it. A lot of people always say, oh, Teslin, save this live. Anytime you see this graphic, like this where I'm actually doing a show, it is always available on my podcast. And I hope that you do share it with a friend. I hope that you do share it with a friend. And at the very least, I don't accept cash apps or any of that. I don't ask for a donation. I don't ask you to vote for me. Would you mind subscribing to my podcast? That would do your girl some joy. Wherever you get your podcast, whether it's Spotify, Apple, iHeart, subscribe to Straight Shot No Chaser podcast. Please subscribe to it. It doesn't take up any space. Just subscribe to it. We love to be able to show the numbers that there are people who want to hear this type of content, especially on Black Effect Podcast Network, because it's only a couple of us that focus on, literally like two of us that focus on podcasts. I mean, on politics. All of the other shows are on entertainment and finance and a lot of other great things. But boosting a show like this requires a whole lot of work. It requires a lot of hard work and determination, which is what this message was about today. So it does not go unnoticed, and we certainly appreciate it. Well, I certainly appreciate it when you subscribe to the podcast. So hope you're doing well. I'll be off next week like all the rest of you. I'm actually taking off for the rest of the year. I'm gonna drop a couple of comments. I'll still be engaging with you guys, but I'm taking off for the rest of the year just to reset and prepare for 24. Yes, not 23. You heard it right. More in 24. 24 means hard work and determination. If you're just now getting catching this on the end, go all the way back to the beginning of the podcast. I promise you, you will receive a blessing. I spoke to everything in your life, whether it's political, relationship, spiritual. I do pray and hope and wish the best for you, and I'm doing my part. So, hope you have a great day. Like I always say, use it, lose it. Can't make you choose it. I'll tap in with you later. Peace.